Friday's devotion being made on Thursday night so that I can get down and do some more work on the sound system at First Baptist Landrum. Yesterday, Thursday, we went to the International Equestrian Center, Tryon International Equestrian Center, and there were fancy motorhomes and beautiful horses and very expensive riding boots and saddles. And on Sunday, they'll have some events that if you win the event, it's $50,000 prize money. And you look at the number of people that have fancy clothes for riding and fancy stalls for their horses and the finest of everything. And you say, gee, I wish I had some of that stuff. Now, maybe horses are not your thing, but it might be somebody's boat or a house. Or I was looking through the Equestrian magazine. There were some houses in there for $2 and $3 million. They came with horse stalls and acreage, but expensive homes in that area and expensive little ranchettes, if you will. It's easy to want something that looks appealing to you in an area that you're interested. It might be a boat, it might be a car, it might be a house, but I guess we all have a tendency to do that. James deals with that in chapter 4, and he says, do you have quarrels and conflicts? It's because pleasure wages war in your members. That is, we all want pleasure. It says, do you lust and not have? You're envious, but you cannot obtain. And then it goes on and says, you ask, but you do not have. And it answers the question. It says, the reason you don't have is because you've asked for the wrong motives, because you want to spend it on pleasure, your own pleasure. And it's really easy to do that, isn't it? To get our desires and our pleasures mixed up with our needs, to get wants and needs all confused, and to think that we need something when we don't. In verse 4, he says, and if your friendship with the world is a hostility towards God. You see, all of those things are of the world. Oh, they were beautiful horses. They were beautiful outfits. Would it be nice to be able to spend all of your time riding and let somebody else groom the horse, let somebody else trailer the horse, let somebody else clean the stable out, and go into the VIP tent and have a sumptuous dinner, a cool drink, and to be able to rub elbows with the other horse owners and farm owners and people with as many ribbons as you have from riding the horses. Maybe so. Horses aren't my thing. I think they're beautiful and I think they're fun to watch, but that's certainly not where I would want to spend my money and time, even if I had it. But I think that this passage in James, just in the first 4 verses, tells us that when we want these things, Jazz just came up to see me. Can you see her back there? She's looking to see if she can share the chair with me, and she just did. It just says, we ask for the wrong motives. We don't have because we have a friendship with this world and the things of this world and not with God. And we frustrate ourselves. We need to learn to be content, as Paul said, to be happy with what we have, to not ask for the wrong motives, but to ask only those things that would glorify Him. Is there anything wrong with having nice things, having horses, and so on? Only if they're just for your own pleasure and nothing to glorify God. I've seen several articles about cowboys who do rodeos and other things, and they do it for Christ. They do it as a testimony of their faith in Christ, and sure, it's something they enjoy doing, but they use what they're doing to glorify God. I don't know any of the riders that were out there today, and I don't know if there's not some that maybe if they won would give God all of the glory and might use it as a testimony to some of the other riders, have a Bible study by their stall or their mobile home or motor home, or by one of the luxurious cabins they could rent. I'm not going to judge that. That's not for me to judge. But I do know this. God has given us what we need. Maybe not everything we want, but what we need. And if we glorify him with what we have, he might give us more. But if we ask for it for our own pleasure and we try to become friends with the world, we become an enemy to him. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.